Have you heard the quote that if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together? Who said this? It was an Indian. I wish I had said it. So let me write down a few roles for you and then explain it. The Toastmasters club officers, how it works. We have the president, vice president, education, membership, public relations, secretary, treasurer. Who is the most adulated individual out of all these? Omkar? Secretary. Because I'm a company secretary? No. Okay. One vote for secretary. Yes, Umesh? President. Okay. Apna? President again. Yes. Subramanian? President. No votes for otherwise? Yes, Swapnil? VP education. I need not ask him. Yes. Abhishek?
VP education.
VP education. All right.
On a serious note, PR.
On a serious note, PR. Okay, because a serious thing, PR. With this, we understand our logic of a person being important varies. Isn't it right? The president in himself sounds very important, but it is a relative term. All these roles, it depends on which type of club you are leading. For example, for a club like this, at this stage, I would say a VP membership is the most important because it doesn't have the minimum strength of 20 members. So you need members so that the president can groom them and so on and so forth. So today I am going to conduct a session and to tell you how to run a successful Toastmasters club and how to become a successful club officer. So these are the two objectives I come with. Now you would say, Kunal, why are you giving us all this gyan? How are you so competent on this? So to tell you 3 points, Kunal is taking this session for 3 reasons. I come from a club that has always been in the top 5 in India. I come from Toastmasters Club of Central Pune. Abhishek and Hemant are my members there. So that is the first reason, top 5. So I have seen how a successful club is run, experienced it firsthand. The second reason why I am competent is I was the VP membership of this club. We added 11 members in the 6 months I was VP membership. So I understood on how to treat guests, on how to understand guests, how to approach guests, and how to convert these approached guests into members. This is the second reason. What is the third reason? The third reason is I have been living in Vimanam for 7 to 8 years. So therefore, for this club, I can give you real-time feedback on how to grow. So I hope Nitesh and Swapnil are taking notes with this. So what is the purpose of this meeting is, the club officers and the club needs to grow is what I will be talking about. How are each of them important? Let me go by the agenda. The assigned meeting roles. First role, the most important one, is that of the Toastmaster of the day. You all agree? So this person is in some clubs doing everything, right from preparing the agenda to calling up the speakers, finalizing titles, everything. That's a nightmare for any Toastmaster. And there are some clubs where the vice president education, assists him in everything. Central club is one. We have a very, very friendly, very, very cooperative and very, very amicable VP education. So everybody wants to be the Toastmaster of the day there. So what is the role of the TMOD? The Toastmasters International. What does Toastmasters International say? He has just 2 roles. One is to review the agenda. He has to see that there are no blind spots on the agenda. So if you see any blind spots here or any changes there, all the responsibility is that of the Toastmaster of the day. And the second most important is, which we usually forget, is to create beautiful introductions. Now you might wonder what is create beautiful introductions. Toastmasters International says when you are the Toastmaster of the day, you are expected to know who all will be coming to the meeting. You are expected to know the guests who will be attending the meeting and what these guests do, so that you can introduce these guests to the members, to the veteran Toastmasters, so that you can call them the table topics. So the TMOD does these 2 roles primarily, and next time we become the TMOD, I hope we concentrate on these 2, because there is a principle in the army Whenever you're in the army, the first exercise they give you is there are cement bags kept and there are some dead bodies lying down. It's a simulation exercise, not a real one. So people are acting as dead bodies. And the task given to you is to put these cement bags in a truck which is standing half a kilometer away. And at the same time, help the people who are lying down who are injured. So the person who is awarded is the person who takes the maximum cement bags, puts them in the truck, and at the same time helps the maximum people. So you need to know what your objectives are as a person and you need to achieve them. As the TMOD. Coming to the table topics master. This is again a VP membership in disguise. Do you agree? The table topics master. How Vika?
So I would believe that if someone is new, someone is a guest, so the way you're going to treat that person, the way you make him comfortable.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So bang on. The first role of this table topics master is give all an opportunity. The table topic master need not call anyone who is there on the agenda. He need not call any dignitary who is present because he is anyway going to be called to address the audience. You need to call anybody who will feel left out if you don't call him, who doesn't have a role, who has come for the meeting the first time. And we, in my club, in clubs like this, the table topic masters are very seasoned. They are doing that, so I am happy. The second one is convert these guests into members. Now there is a trick to this. Abhishek and I know it. How the table topics master can convert this? One reason is he needs to sit down with the president during the meeting. And there is a small pact that we call guests only for table topics, and we award the best table topic speaker to the guest. There are 4 people I know with me who have become members of Toastmasters purely because we came on the first day, we gave a table topic, we won the table topic, next meeting we were members. This is what we employ at Secretary Club. So it's not a bad trick or something, but really you can use this. That's for the table topics. Coming to the speakers, I did not write down because speakers just have one objective, and that is to read their manual. I confess here that till I completed my ACB, I never read the manual. I used to start preparing half an hour before the meeting started, and I used to read, okay, what is the time limit given? And I used to come and give a speech. But lately I realized when I started recording my speeches that I am not matching my objectives. And once I did that, I saw a marginal improvement in myself. I saw the adulation came from Toastmasters who were very senior, who actually understood what I was speaking. And it was a blessing in disguise as well. So for the speakers, you get how to speak for each session. There's a instruction 3-4 pages. So you need to actually read that. And for that, the manuals are very important. If you haven't got your manuals, please go online. Everything is available online. Whatever you Google, now is the time when we delete history instead of creating history. So, useful sites which will help you as the speakers. Coming to general evaluator. Now, this role is as important as the president's role. And like Hemant sir said, I refer to the general evaluator as the CEO of the club, of the meeting. Because he has to do nothing and he has to do everything. It's like the principal of St. Aloysius Law School. He is responsible for everything. So as the general evaluator, the Toastmasters International gives you a nice strict agenda. It says first you need to introduce evaluators. I haven't seen this being done in many established clubs. I have never seen general evaluators introducing speech evaluators. So please do this. The second is he calls for reports. Of course, this is being done. This is a very routine thing that let's have the R counter. The third is again he introduces the R counter and the variant. This is again routinely followed. Those who become general evaluators, I hope you note these down because this is the format to be followed. And the last thing is the meeting itself. You need to comment right from whether the marker was available. If there is an educational session, was the projector available? Everything is your business when you are a general evaluator. So I hope you concentrate on these. Let's rub this so that we get more space. Next is the speech evaluators. What does the organization expect from speech evaluators? Yes, Umesh. What do you think?
Speech evaluators, I guess, to highlight what are the good aspects of the speech.
Yes.
Second, to objectively criticize them.
Objectively criticize.
Objectively, I'm using because sometimes criticism can hurt.
Yes.
Maybe giving some examples.
Agreed.
And maybe giving some suggestions. For example, if how I speak,
Yes.
maybe some things which are going to be useful for them. They might use it or not, but I think that is the nice thing.
Absolutely. So what the organization says is very strict. They say you have to give two types of feedback when you are the speech evaluator. The first feedback you need to give is the project-based feedback, and the second is your personal-based feedback. The project-based feedback is very simple. You might have heard Swapnil giving an evaluation. He reads out the objective and then he connects whether the objective was completed. That's a very crisp way of giving a project-based. And this has to be always given top priority. Whether you like his speech or no, your opinions need not ever come before you give the project-based evaluation. Because this is what the speaker is looking for. He doesn't care of your personal opinion, whether you like the speaker or no. Whether you like his speech is important. Second, you give a personal evaluation. If the speech connected to you in some way, it's 10 to 15 minutes.
It's already 14 minutes. Can you just speed up?
You know time.
It's on time.
It's on time.
It's already 8.
Okay. So the personal based feedback is where the speech connected to you on a personal level, where you like certain aspects of the speech, is when you need to give a speech evaluation. Now the role of timer. Swapnil just did interpretative reading today. To interpret the role for timer, we think he's just taking the meeting on time. But on a deeper note, a timer is actually helping you convey a long message in a restricted time. You won't be given 10 minutes, 15 minutes to put your point across people in many situations. So that is how a timer is allotted in Toastmasters. And when you go to our counter, again we do not give much emphasis to this role. But this role is particularly important to polish your language, to polish your fluency. If you come to Central Club, there are 8 people, there are 9 people who are, okay, Kunal was flawless, Sam was flawless. People are so flawless. How does this happen? It becomes only because of our counter. Even if you get a single R counter, we are very sure to make sure that we do not have this again. Other roles which we can fathom or which are there is the joke master, which I was at a couple of meetings. This role is usually used when there is a very large gathering and where you need jokes to attract the gathering very fast. So a joke master, you can plan for an event, a milestone meeting, you can call a joke master. There is a person called vote counter, and this was introduced to me by Samir Naik at meetings, elections, at nomination meetings. He is very important because the votes are everything. So you need to give this role to a very sensitive, to a very responsible person, and a person cannot be doing 2-3 roles at a time. And the last is the active listeners. Now this is implemented at clubs like the Southeast Club, where Sadanand sir is a regular member. He actually asks you questions on what happened in the meeting, what happened in the speeches. So again, it checks the alertness of the speakers. So quickly coming to the roles of all these guys. The president is in charge of everybody. If anything goes right, credit is given to these guys. But if anything goes wrong, the buck stops at the president. So it's a very thorny chair to sit on. So those of you 6 months down the line want to be this. It's like being a chairman of a cooperative society. It's a thankless job. It's a very, very important role, the president. Coming to the VP Education, he is in charge of scheduling the educational goals of members. He needs to ensure that if Nazreen, she is just one speech short of CC, she needs to get the speech slot at the next meeting. So he needs to know what is the educational goal session of all the members. The VP membership purely needs to convert all the guests into members and needs to get more members. In clubs like this is the most important. PR needs to maintain a newsletter on the website of the club, and he also needs to be creating a lot of publicity for the club. Public relations, publicity. Sergeant at Arms needs to get all the material required to conduct a meeting so that it runs very, very smoothly. And the last, the treasurer. Treasurer is the CA of every club. He gives you financial reports on how the financial health of the club is. This is how a club office is made, and my earlier presentation was on how to lead a successful club. Thank you very much. Amen.